So let's take a moment to talk, and I'm going to read this to you on a charter school. A charter school is a public school that is run like a private school with fewer government controls and restrictions. The charter school concept is designed to meet the special needs of poor and other at-risk children who are not well served by the federally controlled cookie-cutter public schools. In charter schools, parents have more say and more choice in education of their kids, while educators have more freedom to innovate and design programs that meet the unique needs of their students. In states where charter schools are already in operation, attendance and standardized test scores have soared as compared with regular public schools. So think about what I just said and what we're dealing with parents involved in their education of their children, but then also bring in Hillary Clinton as someone who's part of a charter school. So the internet, as the TikTok platform is a charter school, but it has no law and order. And then we've got women wearing provocative outfits, acting inappropriate with no repercussions, which then spews into the educational systems of our children because they're watching your nasty Mona Van behave like that. They think that's how you're supposed to act as a woman. The government is completely unethical and out of control because all the parents are watching the news media constantly. It's none of your little business what we got going on over here. Your duty as a child is to go to school and be quiet. And you argue within your classroom, not on the internet. But because Xu Chu is communist, doesn't care about American people or people in general, actually, because he's doing this across the globe. He decided that it was his prerogative to spew out and allow nasty little children to be viral content creators to fuel his billion-dollar business. This app is not a child's app. This is an adult app. And then you worked off the gossip of nasty of a American high school nasty from a movie called Mean Girls. And then he laughed about it, and then he tried to protect himself by using false dialogue while moving emotional intelligence by allowing certain individuals to increase in virality and constantly moves the dial and the knob to favor his beneficial pocket. I would call that brainwashing and propaganda, not to mention that he is working with the Democrat system to mind control all of you people who have no common sense about anything. You don't know cause and effect when it comes to REPROD freedoms. You don't understand any of that shit. You just like talking and being angry, and now you have something to talk about while you abuse little children. You're literally 9 months pregnant, and you're out there supporting REPROD, and you know exactly what that means. That's sickness. That's a mental illness. That means you have no motherhood skills. Because any true blue, honest American, true red, honest American would know that you just don't use that as a tactic of a mind control. Women are just trying to control the men to tell them that they have the access to create human life, so they're in control. Well, I hate to tell you, it takes two to tango, and without that sperm, you're not going to be able to create. I still can't figure out how anyone would hook up with these women and get them pregnant. The bad attitude that you know they have, you're literally just using them as a mannequin. However, what's happening is they're abusing all of us as in middle-class Americans who actually are the ones that keep the world running. While you play war games in your elite upper leagues. While we're being victimized by the media who are supposed to be protecting Americans through storytelling of actual real stories, not your opinions. Not your opinions. And if you do have an opinion, you have something to back up your opinion, which is what I'm holding right here in my hands. The lack of communication between you and this teacher here is part of the problem. You don't have communication skills. We saw that with Charlie Kirk and the weird ass kids sitting around him in a fire chat. Adults are supposed to be sitting around, although you as adults live in fear because I can see it around your faces, all over your faces, when you're doing whatever thing you're talking about. Because you used to have feelings around what people cared about you, and then all these old ass men started saying, don't care what people think. Care what people think. All of you little kids need to care what people think. However, it's a little too late because guess what? Now you're operating illegally. You're operating illegally. It's against the law. It's against the law for what you all have done to us. That's why you don't like specific people, is because you want to continue abusing humanity. And that's for all of you at CNN and CBS and ABC and all these other places that are literally violating our civil rights while you focus on BLM, which is called segregation. Oh, you're not intelligent enough to analyze anything, especially human behavior. You might know what human behavior is, but you don't fight against the bad. You just fuel it with your nasty nonsense of lifting people up who are undeservedly being lifted up on a regular basis by a daily dose of be happy. That's nonsense. What about a charter school are we seeing with Kamala Harris? A drop in SAT scores. We need to go back to the old ways of existing and then work this shit out so we can feel safe. The number one priority in everyone's life at this point should be safety. And if Kamala Harris supports an open border, logically, you know you're not getting safety. No hoo-ha about it. If the border is open, you are not safe. So why would you vote for someone who is trying to put your lives in danger? Your lives are in danger. You American citizens born here in this country, your lives are in danger because of Kamala Harris and Joe Biden. Everything else aside, your lives are in danger. Your life, you're gonna die because your lives are in danger because Haitians are here. And the news media is trying to make you vulnerable and susceptible to danger. That's illegal. They're telling you to trust migrants who have no education. They have no idea what it means to live in a free country. They came from communism. They came from socialism. And they just think they're going to show up and be normal and natural American citizens. That's not how it works. There are no repercussions for the nonsense. What happened to Riley Lakin's assaultant? Where is he and what happened to him? And why didn't the news media tell us what happened to him? What about the little 12-year-old girl that two migrants attacked viciously? What happened to the jogger? What happened to that woman and the assailant? What happened to those MURDERERSs? What happened to them? The news media didn't report on it. Because that's how quickly they move without handling concerns and problems, because they're all Democrats and liberals. And they're trying to get you to not care about anyone else except for your damn pocketbooks. While they release criminals who are clearly criminals to stand on the DNC stage and tell you how they were falsely accused. However, it should be on the front page of the New York Times that they're guilty, just like those little shits that Donald Trump put in the New York Times page.